Good morning, my loves. Happy Thursday. It's about 5:30 in the morning here at the lake. Sun is coming up. Gorgeous day ahead, of course. What can I say? I'm lucky. We are talking about expectations. What are your expectations for yourself and others? Are they unreasonable? Are you overly critical? Think about it and be honest. Let's start at the basics. What were your family's expectations of you? And did you meet those expectations? And how did they handle that? I hear this a lot from adults. Their parents had unreasonable expectations. They wanted them to go into the family business. They wanted them to be a doctor, a lawyer. Yeah, they had no interest. It's not what they wanted to do. Some went ahead and did it anyway. Others didn't. I have, I wouldn't say a friend, it's a business acquaintance in another country. They are a physician. Their spouse is a physician. So, of course, their children are going to be physicians. There's no choice. This is what you're going to do. The child is now, not a child, they're in their 30s, miserable, alcoholic. They don't want to be a doctor. They hate being a doctor. But the parents won't let it go. This is what we do. And I have talked till I am blue in the face, and they aren't going to listen. Their son has tried to talk to them. They're not going to listen. And he has at times been suicidal because he just, this isn't him. He doesn't want to do this. He can't be who he is. I referred him to a psychiatrist there. He needed a lot more help than I can give him. The whole family does, so they're in family therapy. But in that culture, the parents can call the shots. That's not fair. Here, in our country, in America, I know a lot of families that, the parents went to a particular college and, well, of course that's where you're going to go. Well, maybe they don't want to. Maybe that college doesn't have their major. Maybe they just have different interests. They want to go out of state or to a coast or whatever. Listen to your kids. It's their future, not yours. They get a voice in this. And they may change their mind 4 or 5 times before they graduate from college. And that's okay. College is a place to learn and explore your future. Let them change their mind. It's okay. Let them be them. Don't live vicariously through your kids. I know a lot of times parents will want the best for their kids, of course, but they're going about it all wrong. Pushing your child, having unreasonable expectations is not the way to do it. I know families with little children, I'm talking second graders. The kids will come home with homework, the little multiplication and addition tables, subtraction tables, all of that. And the kids are working on it, and there will be an eraser mark. And parents have them redo the whole paper because of one little smudge. Let it go. They will say your writing can be better than that. You write clearer than that. Redo it. Sound familiar? I mean, if your kid's paper is a hot mess, yeah, because no teacher should have to go through, reading a torn up paper. If your kids are having trouble reading, writing, get them tested. There's nothing wrong if your kid's dyslexic. It's not a reflection on you. It's just their brain sees things and processes things differently than yours. Bottom line. That's it. They just need to learn new learning skills, coping skills, learning patterns, learning behaviors. That's okay. Figure it out and keep going. Don't punish them for being different. Don't punish them for having a learning disability I would rather say learning challenge. But don't punish them for that. It's not their choice. It's how they're hardwired. Okay? If your child has a book report and it's 2 or 3 pages and there's a typo, they misspelled a word, it's not articulate enough for you, hang on. Check their age. Is it age appropriate? A child in 3rd or 4th grade is not going to have the verbiage of someone in high school and college. Let it go. They're not you. Ease up. Don't have them redoing everything over and over and over. And many times you may not realize you're doing this because it's how you were raised and you're just repeating very toxic parenting habits. If your child's writing is so tiny it's hard to read, you got a problem on your hands. Many times the writing will reflect the child's self-esteem. Itty-bitty, tiny writing is, my opinion, doesn't count. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be doing this. They're not trying to get as many words as they can on a page. It's a cry for help. They see themselves that small. So think about it, please. When the grades come and your child brings home a C, okay, it's time to sit down and have a discussion. Are you really giving it your best shot or are you just kind of skating by? Have the discussion. That's fine. If they bring in an A-, a B+, don't come down on them because it's not an A. Be proud of them. If you want them to do better, say, hey, you did great. I am so proud of you. Next time, let's shoot for this. Let's make this our goal. There's nothing wrong with setting goals, but be kind. They are children. They are not machines. They are not here to please you. They're here to learn. Be kind. Help them with homework. If you're not familiar with the subject, get them a tutor. Not a problem. Find someone that can explain things so that they can understand it. There are teachers in this world that are lovely souls, but they're not good teachers. They just don't come across well. They can't express their thoughts clearly to students. And every student's different. Some kids learn by watching. Some learn by doing. Some learn by reading the instructions. Everybody's different. Teachers need to realize this and teach to the child's ability. I know there's a curriculum, but do your best to cover it for all the kids so that everybody understands. And there's nothing wrong with having the kids in the class that get it, have them help the other students. There's nothing wrong with that as long as they're not flaunting it and being egotistical, as long as they're just helping. That's really nice. Be kind. If you're in a managerial position, how do you treat your staff? How are your expectations with your staff? Are they unreasonable? Do you just give everybody work at 4:45 and say, I need this by the end of the day and think it's funny? It's not. I've had bosses that do that. Yeah, it's not so cute. I would never do that to somebody. I mean, if it's an emergency, that's one thing. But come on. Don't be manipulative and passive aggressive. Don't be an ass. Just because you can. That's a narcissist. It's not a boss. It's a jerk. If a project comes up, a last-minute project, ask, who is available to help with this tonight? Can you stay late? I'm buying dinner. I'm bringing dinner in. If you can stay and work on this, I'll cover your babysitter. If someone is a parent, maybe a single parent, they have a babysitter to deal with. Maybe their kid's coming home from school, nobody to watch them. They cannot stay. It's not always they have a date. They have responsibilities. Maybe they have an elderly parent or a loved one they're helping take care of that needs medication at a particular time. and they have to help them. It's not always about you. Ease up. Be kind. Be gracious. Have reasonable expectations. Give reasonable deadlines. I know I do consulting. Top of everything else, I'm a nurse legal consultant. Love it. Oh my gosh, I love that. That is how I don't know, it's almost a hobby. I just love getting the cases, personal injury, med mal, mass tort, and I go through the records. I do a chronology. I love it. And I will always ask, what are my deadlines? They'll usually say 2 weeks, a week. I'm done way before that. They love my work, but at least I know what the deadlines are. I know ahead of time all the expectations, exactly what they want from me. Then it's not a problem because I can exceed their expectations if I know what they are. You have to be clear. Don't sandbag people. Be clear. Bottom line, be kind to your kids. Be kind to your coworkers. Be kind to yourself. What are your expectations for yourself? Are they unreasonable? End of the day, go in, go to bed, lay down, can't sleep. You're replaying the day in your head. The meeting should have gone better. You should have said this. You should have asked that question. You should have covered this topic. The email you sent, maybe you should have BC'd somebody, or you should not have CC'd somebody. You should have said this. You shouldn't have said that. Let it go. It's over. It's done with. Are you trying to impress others at work with your knowledge, with your expertise? Are you trying to impress yourself? Those are important questions to ask. Why are you being like this? You're setting yourself up for failure, sweetheart. If you're just trying to impress yourself, to show yourself you can do this because others said you can't, screw them. Sorry. You're doing it every day. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. You're doing it. Drop the expectations. Do the best that you can. As long as you're trying, you've got it. That's it. You just have to do your best every day. It's not worth migraines, insomnia, ulcers, chest pain, hypertension. It's not worth it. Reevaluate your expectations for yourself. If you're trying to gain the attention of the boss, are you going about it the right way? Think about it. I'm sure they are aware of your work. If not, have a conversation with them. If you're wanting a promotion, have a conversation with them. You're worthy. So, I want you to give everyone a little grace, a little more understanding. Reflect upon your expectations for yourself and others, including yourself. Be kind. Be empathetic and compassionate. Because, honey, we're all worthy.